Whoa. Hello. Good evening. I am doing amazing. We're gonna rate some food. Not just any food, camping food and drinks. Just a few drinks. Yeah, I wanted to, I've heard some different ideas of camping foods, and some of them I like, some of them I'm not a huge fan of. I have a hot take I'm hoping not to upset too many people with. But yeah, I'm totally not late and totally didn't forget that I'm doing this. But yeah, we'll take a look at some of these foods. I try to make the list as camping inspired as possible. So these are things like that you would make at a campsite or bring it to a campsite. So it kind of overlaps a bit with picnicking, I guess, but same diff, whatever. So yeah, we have a few here, a few going on, and I'll try to remember what each one of these are. Okay, so this first one, if you can see it, is, I think, baked beans. I think it's baked beans. I'm not too sure about that as a camping food. Okay, so you know what? Like I'm thinking maybe B. Cause like, unless you were pretty prepared in going to a campsite, you wouldn't make it there. You know, you could make it, but it wouldn't be that easy. It's a lot of prep to do. But I think like if sorry, Siri just popped up on my Get out of here, Siri. We don't need your opinions on baked beans. Not saying like baked beans isn't good, but like imagine how like it's messy, it's not that easy to make. So I think I'm good with B. You know, I changed my mind. This is gonna be a lot of indecisiveness from me, so I'm going A. I'm going A because I like baked beans. These ones look delicious too. It's got like bits of meat in it. Okay, so this next one, sweet potato, or like baked potatoes. Baked potatoes in general, I think that's a great idea. Not a fan of baked potatoes, but like, I think that's like super easy to make. Like, I think I've always liked those gifs and stuff, or like in anime, you'll see that where they'll like cook a sweet potato or something in like a campfire. It always looked really good. So I think that in particular is pretty good. I like that. I like that a lot. Maybe not amazing like S tier, because like that's not something you would really think of eating when you're camping. No, I think, okay, I'm going back on my baked beans. I'm sorry, but it is not as good as the sweet potato. I'm going to be doing this the entire stream. I'm going to be running around in between things. Man, okay. It's just that I think the sweet potato or the baked potato in the campfire is a much better idea than baked beans. Unless it's like baked beans from a can. But like making baked beans like on a campfire or on a stove seems really tough. I don't think that would work as well, but it's still not a terrible idea. Like you could make it. Okay. Enough about baked beans. moving on. We got a lot of these, and I'm hoping to get through some of these. But yeah, sweet potato, great. Love sweet potatoes. Baked potatoes, but sweet potatoes, amazing. Burritos. Okay, so this one, whenever I go camping with my family, we always have burrito night. Always make burritos. They're not like, I wouldn't say they're authentic. They're remember all those like memes and TikToks of people making fun of burritos, the white person burritos. That's definitely what we have. We didn't even have rice for the burritos, which is shocking. But it's just beans, ground beef, lettuce, tomato, and something about it while you're camping is amazing. I think this is absolutely still not, it's still a little tough to make or a little messy. So like if you were camping and there wasn't access to like good water to wash your hands, it would kind of suck. But I think that's amazing. I think that's great. Okay. I think I chose this one just as fish. This is in particular, I think that's salmon in this picture. I know you can't see it very well there, but I'm pretty sure that's salmon. I really like salmon. I think for a camping food, if you caught the salmon, or if you caught the fish, and you were confident enough not to give yourself some kind of sickness, like tapeworms or something, you cooked it well enough, I think it would be good. But taking like a whole fish with you to a campsite just to make, that might be a bit much. I don't know. And I'm not too confident in my own catching skills, but it's also not that bad. I'll put it in B for fish, because I also like that idea of like cooking it over the fire. I think that would add a lot of good taste to it too. So we'll keep that there. Okay, this one's just toast. It looks like the worst piece of toast in this picture. I know you can't see it very well, but it's literally just a picture of somebody throwing a piece of bread on a campfire. But I added this one just for the breakfasts. Campfire toast I've had it, and it's really not that great. I think it's a lot better. It always sounds a lot better in my head. So yeah, we're gonna keep it there. It just dries out, and parts of it get burnt, but other parts of it stay like fresh and soft, and it's just. And then always, whenever we're camping too, we keep you keep the butter in a cooler, and it's all hard, and it's like impossible to spread. So you get like these inch-thick pieces of butter on the uncooked spots. It's a mess. I'm not a huge fan of camping toast. It's easy though, so that's great. All you would have to bring is toast or bread. Yeah, just bring a bunch of toast. Pre-cook your toast at home, and then bring it with you camping. Okay. Yeah, I think it's C. It's not the worst idea, just out of convenience, but it's not that great. Definitely not as good as baked beans. Okay, this one, it looks like baked beans as well, but I think it's supposed to be chili. I kept finding these, I kept finding these recipes when I was looking for pictures for these, or these like camping food ideas, and it's like the same thing as the baked beans, where you just need a lot of prep if you're gonna make it there. I'm sure it's really good, but unless you just bring it with you and heat it up there, it's gonna be kind of tough, I would think. But it's like doable. So yeah, I think B, right next to the baked beans. I mean, they're basically the same too. I mean, no, chili is not the same as baked beans, but it's the same kind of process of making, you know? Okay. Cinnamon rolls. I don't know how you can make these over a fire. I've made some cinnamon rolls before, and I was pretty certain you would have to do it in a real oven. But in a lot of these, you can't see it well in the picture, but in a lot of these, they do it in a Dutch oven. So it's like covered. So maybe it works? I mean, it looks like it worked. It worked for these people. But again, you're not making a dough and then letting it like rise and doing all that process at a campsite. You're doing that at home, bringing the dough with you. So you have to make room for the dough and the icing and everything in your cooler so that you can make fresh cinnamon rolls, which would be delicious, don't get me wrong. But it would be a huge pain to do all of that. But if they were like store-bought ones that you got at the store and then just had them in the morning or a snack, it'd be amazing. I love that. But for like this kind, yeah, I wouldn't go through that effort. That's too much. And then on the messy side of it too, like if you can't wash your hands for the rest of the day, you're now like, you got sticky bun, white stuff all over your hands. It's just, I don't know. It's not that great. It probably would be fine. Like if you were camping by a stream, that would be perfect. Wash your hands there. But like imagine if you had to bring your own water and then you ate all these messy foods. Nah. That's just a waste to me. Delicious, but too much. Okay, but on the other hand, cookies. Now these would, again, you wouldn't make these at the camp, but I think with this, it would be great to make it at home or just buy some, and it would be like a great like little snack. I love that. I think that's good. I think that's, I always had like having cookies while camping, and it's a nice thing even if you didn't want to like have a heavy breakfast, just like have some cookies with you. It's great. Goes well with coffee. Okay, corn on the cob. This one wasn't, I don't think I've ever had corn on the cob while camping. And I'm thinking like it would be good if you were doing it on a campfire, it would bring out all of that flavor, the smokiness. But my only thought about it would be like, you'd be creating all this, I don't know, like it would, what do you do with the cobs once you're done? I mean, like, you wouldn't want to just throw it in the bushes, would you? Whoops. Uh-oh. No. Don't look at that. There we go. I'm not sponsored. Whoops. Anyways, corn on the cob. Yeah. I think I'd keep them at a B. I'm not a huge fan of corn on the cob either. It gets too stuck in your teeth. That would get annoying too. Okay, cornbread. So this one kind of goes in hand with the chili, because you can't have chili without some cornbread, in my opinion. But making it well, I guess this wouldn't be a terrible thing to make beforehand either. But I like their idea too. Same thing with the cinnamon rolls, or the sticky buns, is that they do it in a Dutch oven. But again, this would be another one I would just make at home and just bring with me. And that wouldn't be as bad as like a giant thing of chili or or fish or baked beans to bring with you, because that doesn't, like, the cornbread isn't going to take too much space. So I think B as well. B is going to get filled up, I think. Yeah. Oh man, I'm doing the stream right before I'm eating. I'm gonna go eat dinner too, so this is gonna make me so hungry. Okay, great. Oh man, I could go for some cornbread right now. Coffee. This one is cowboy coffee, and what that is where you make the coffee and you put the grounds in the water while you're boiling it. And so it's really easy to make, and there's tricks to it. However, whenever my family has made cowboy coffee, it was really the Wild West in all the worst ways. The grounds would always float to the top. We had filters, so we filtered it out, but it would always still be grainy and chewy. Which you don't want when you're having coffee. And I know that you have to, like, the right way to make it is to, like, pour cold water in it or something, or like add something to it and it like makes all the grounds float to the bottom. I don't know, but I'm gonna put it at C. I like coffee, but it's always disappointing. It smells amazing when you first wake up, get out of your tent, and there's somebody's making coffee, or you make coffee, and then you take a sip and it's like your mouth is full of coffee grounds. It is kind of gross, not gonna lie. Okay, cup of ramen. This one specifically is the curry one from Laid Back Camp, and I've always wanted to try it. I never had cup of ramen at a campsite before. I've never taken it with me, but it's like the perfect idea. The only thing I could think and would kind of complain about is that it's styrofoam and plastic, so you have to make sure to take that with you. But like, I really love this idea for, especially if you're going alone and you don't want to like do a bunch of cooking and you're tired and you just want to eat something. Cup of ramen is perfect. Just need boiling water. S tier. Okay. Continuing on with anime. This one I chose because of the scene from My Ordinary Life where they were making curry. I really love that episode about they were camping and she trips over the curry. But I think it's not that great of an idea for camping, not gonna lie. It's just so much prep and work to not only like prep the ingredients, get all that together over a fire, which is already kind of tougher because you're gonna need a good fire with like nice coals to make a consistent heat, but you also have to make the rice too, so it's like double the amount of work. It would be delicious. I would like to try it while camping. It's just in my experience of making curry, like especially Japanese curry, it takes me like 2 hours of prep, which you could do it at home, sure, and take it with you. If you're that determined to have curry at a campsite, then okay. I guess I get it. I'm gonna go B. I can't put it in C. It's not as bad as toast. It's just maybe a little extra work. Okay. Donuts. Obviously you wouldn't be making donuts at a campsite. But my thought with this is like, if you took it, or if you like, yeah, if you took it with you, but then I'm thinking like, in terms of you're not that close to a town to get donuts for breakfast. So you'd have to take it with you the day before, which by that point it'd be all stale. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I love donuts. This isn't a tier list of food that I like. This is a tier list of food that would be really good when you're camping and would make sense. And I don't think bringing donuts with you the day before to have for breakfast the next day would make that much sense. They'd get all stale. It would just be it'd be donuts. No D tiers yet. Okay, tacos. Fajitas. Amazing. A tier. Absolutely. In fact, I mean, again, I've never had these while I'm camping, but I think it's a great idea because they're gonna be messy, but like they're really the only amount of prep and cook is like the vegetables, cooking the meat, excuse me, the meat and stuff. So yeah, I think that's a great idea. I'm trying to think if it would be S tier though. Maybe not. Maybe. Yeah, you know what? S tier. I think tacos or fajitas would be amazing. I'm happy with that. Yeah. Okay, so this is French toast. Again, never had this before while camping, but I'm not too sure. I've never. What is French toast? Hold on. Bear with me. That's not where it goes. I'm not putting in it C. I just need to make sure I know what French toast is. It is French toast, sliced bread, soaked in beaten eggs and often milk or cream, and then fried. Eggy bread. Okay. That's pretty good. Okay. I would make that at a campsite, I think. I've never had it. I thought it was like you would it's more of like a pancake batter for some reason. You know what? I would go with A tier because that's not too hard to make. If you're we haven't gotten to scrambled eggs yet because you can just do scrambled eggs. It's already half the step, and then you just soak up the bread, and then you have a pan. You could probably do it on a campfire too. Maybe not in the campfire. Okay, I like that. I think I'm good with that. Okay, I've never heard of this before. In fact, I forget what it's called. Hold on. But it's a Frito Lay's bag. Oh gosh, what am I doing? Where is everything? I lost my pictures. Oh no. Oh gosh. It's a Frito-Lay's bag with like chili stuff in it, I think. And I'm forgetting what it's called, and I've lost all of my pictures. What the heck? What is going on? Okay, well, never mind. I don't know what it's called, but it's like, or is it like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like ground beef and beans and like chili stuff you put in a Fritos bag, which is, I'm not too sure about, just because I like the portability. I like that idea, you know, sitting in your chair, you don't have to have a plate. And I think that's a spoon or a fork that they're using to eat it with. So your hands isn't going to get as dirty, so it's going to be fairly clean. But also you have to make all the stuff there, or like bring it with you, and it's yeah, it's not as bad as an idea. I wouldn't put into C. I think there. And now I'm going back on my corn. The corn. Because I just don't... Well, here's the other problem. Back to the corn. The problem with the corn is that it gets all in your teeth. And you can brush your teeth while you're camping. I do. But it's still, like, kind of annoying. Okay. Yeah. Not a huge fan of corn in general. Or corn on the cob anyways, so... That's a C tier. Okay. What's next? Granola bars. I think that's pretty good. Just as a snack, I guess. I can't remember why I put granola bars in this, because it's more of a snack than anything else. But... For camping, that's pretty good. That's a good thing to bring when you're camping. Because there's often times when you're just like, you don't want to like make a dinner. Or it's not dinner yet, but you're still hungry. Yeah, so I think A tier. I like granola bars. Granola bars. Okay, salad. So salad is good. I wouldn't make a salad at a campsite, or it would be a very simple one. But if you could make it as fresh as possible before your camping trip and bring it with you, it would be good, I guess. But second day salads really never do that great, do they? Like all the leaves start to brown. They're just, yeah, they're C. Not terrible, but also just like, it's not gonna keep well. Okay. Burgers. Burgers is S tier. I don't care what you have to say. I know it's messy, and I'm going back on myself on saying not liking messy foods while you're camping, but you can't deny a good burger when you're camping. That is a staple that you always should have burgers when you're camping, in my opinion. Super easy. You don't even need to have like uncooked burgers. You could get the freaking frozen pre-cooked burgers, and that would still be amazing because the smoke from the campfire gets into all the burger. It gives it a good char. It's amazing. It's wonderful. No backseats on that. Okay, hash browns. I think that's good, because that's something easy and wouldn't take up too much space, and you could do a lot of hash browns before you went camping. And then that's pretty easy to make. You just do them in a pan. So like A tier is pretty good. Oh man, I would love some hash browns right now. Okay, the first of the two drinks that I put on here. Hot chocolate. Hot chocolate is fantastic. Oh yeah, okay, so first of three, I mean. So this hot chocolate, I have hot chocolate on here twice because I think these two hot chocolates are wildly different. Like this is hot chocolate you would do with milk. You would get like actual, like cocoa powder, like real hot chocolate. That much isn't that great when you're camping, because again, it's all like, it's way too much work. It's way too much prep, way too much work. It's still really good, It's just not that amazing to make. So I think I'd go with B. Like all of these in B are really good. Like if you weren't camping, I would have any of these. I'd have I'd have some of these when I wasn't camping, but I would do that right now and go and make some hot chocolate just like that. Warm up some milk, get some cocoa powder, melt some chocolate, that whole thing. But I would not do that at a campsite. However, skipping ahead a little bit here, packaged hot chocolate, that is S tier. That is, like, no joke, the best thing ever. I just had some the other night actually, and I was very surprised of how good it was. That wasn't even with milk too, that was just with water. And I know some hot chocolate isn't, prepackaged hot chocolate isn't that great, but I remembered it not being that great. But then I tried it and I remember it was much better. So like combine that with the ease of making it, pretty good. I gotta say, I would say it's even amazing. Gosh, no D tiers yet. Well, we'll get there. Hot dogs. Hot dogs on a stick. You can't beat that. Super easy. Super good. Like, it's maybe the best way to have a hot dog. Like, even on, like, a propane grill. It's just not as good as over, like, a fire. You get it really crispy, get it right up to the coals. Fantastic. Wonderful memories of doing that. Okay. Mac and cheese. I don't know whose idea was to do mac and cheese while they're camping, but... And I didn't put it on here, but again, this is very different from... There's two kinds of mac and cheese. Okay. Let me get my thoughts straight. There's two kinds of mac and cheese. There's like Kraft mac and cheese that you just have to cook the noodles and throw the powder in. Which that I could see when you're camping. Because you don't even need to keep it in your cooler. It would be pretty easy. Do it in like 10 or 15 minutes. Super easy. Just have to boil the water. But this kind of mac and cheese in this photo is like this homemade cream sauce mac and cheese that they wrapped in tin foil and like one of those tin carrier things. And I don't see how that can be a good idea. Again, it would be really good, but campfires don't cook things evenly. So like this is terrible. It would make much more sense if it was in a Dutch oven, but yeah, I think that's my first D tier. I wouldn't eat that. I would be like, because like even in the photo, look, like that corner, which is very hard to see, I'm sure, that corner is not even over any hot parts. It's just over a piece of log. So like all of this over here is getting cooked, but nothing over here. I don't get it. I don't think that would work. I'm sorry, but it wouldn't work. Okay, one more. I'm gonna do a couple more changes to this list too. I thought about it a bit more, and this toast idea just is even worse, and I don't like seeing that either. So I'm moving campfire toast, pretty terrible. Like throwing a piece of bread on the campfire does not make it good. And cowboy coffee it doesn't do it. It's just not that great. I would do it if I had to. Like if I had to get up really early, which I often do, and there was no other way to get like normal coffee, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do cowboy coffee. Maybe that's just my experience with cowboy coffee, of just chewing on grains of coffee grounds. But yeah, not that good. Totally not me trying to put things in that tier. Because it's so by itself. Okay, pizza. I don't get this one either. And this one I have heard a lot of people doing, but I don't understand how it works. Because even in this photo, they're not using a Dutch oven, which I would have assumed that you need to. They're just doing it over an open flame. And I don't get how that would melt the cheese or get the cheese like not burned, but like kind of crispy, you know, like the brown bits of cheese. It's delicious. I don't see how this would work. And you're also, again, unless you have a good fire, it doesn't cook evenly. So maybe I just haven't tried it and I'm doing this wrong. But I don't see how that could be a good idea either. Still, I would try that over the mac and cheese. Because the mac and cheese, especially in this photo, is just really, yeah, not to get back onto that whole topic, it just doesn't make sense to me. With this, I could kind of see it making sense. But then, like, you have to bring the dough, you have to bring all the ingredients, you have to do all that work at a campsite when there's like bugs and you have like maybe a foot of space to do your work because like all the coolers and random stuff when you're camping is on the table. I don't know about that one. That would be too much, I think. I don't think I would go through the effort of doing that. You know what I would do? I would rather just make pizza at home, put it in the fridge, cut it up, and just like bring it in a cooler to have cold pizza. That I would much prefer that to like going through the whole process of making pizza at a campsite. Okay, pancakes. I've never heard of anybody making pancakes at a campsite. Maybe it's a thing, but if I think about it, if you were doing like a pancake mix, which is kind of sacrilegious for me, I'm not a huge fan of pancake mixes, but if you were doing that, I could see that being a decent breakfast idea. Because if it was the kind that you just added water to, and then you had like a griddle like they have in the photo, I would do that. I would say that's a B. It's still kind of messy. But not really even, because there's some of those where like it's just like a container, you throw water in it and you shake it up. And you throw it on the griddle and then you have a pancake. Like, that's not a terrible idea. Yeah. Like that. Oh, did I put pizza? Wait. Whoops. We have pizza again. But now I'm thinking about it, and I'm looking at this photo. I don't think this was pizza. I think these were... I really wish I could find my original notes for this. I'm pretty sure this is nachos. I think this was nachos. Okay, we're gonna put the pizza there. We won't go back to that. Although that looks pretty amazing. Well, they did do it in a Dutch oven. Okay, that makes more sense. Not gonna change it, but that makes more sense than this way. This doesn't make sense to me at all now, because these are supposed to be nachos. And even more so, how does that even work? Because you really want the cheese to melt and to like, well, I guess it works. I guess it would work. But then you're also risking like all the chips on the bottom getting burnt. Yeah, I'm gonna move that there. I don't see how that can happen. And then even to add to that, it's gonna be like real messy. Like, that's finger food. Which, I mean, if you're fine with that when you're camping, okay. But No, like I that's a food I'm gonna make at home. It would be good, I'm sure, but not a camping food. Okay. Um, this is, I think this is supposed to be the cream soup with that Rin made on Laid Back Camp. I put all of the anime camping foods on here, which looked amazing, and it was pretty simple. The way she did it was pretty simple, and you didn't need that much space because you just needed some scissors to cut up the stuff. However, it's still a lot of work. You know, like I would try it just at home, but going through all that process of making a soup pasta, and this isn't one either you could really do at home. I mean, you could have cold soup pasta, but at that point I'd rather just like have something else. I don't know. I think it's fine. I would try it, but I don't think it's a great idea. Okay. Jiffy Pop. Popcorn. Okay, Jiffy Pop. I haven't had it in ages, but that has to be one of the most campiest camping food snacks things ever. Because, my god, who wouldn't want some Jiffy Pop? It's super fun to make. It's super portable. You can take it anywhere. It doesn't weigh that much either. It's a good snack. It's a good snack. Amazing. S tier. For sure. This is potato salad, I'm pretty sure. You wouldn't make this at the campsite for sure. You would just bring it with you. It's more or less it's more of a picnic one, but I would put it at A, because I'm pretty partial to a good potato salad. And it's not one, I mean, it would be kind of annoying to have a whole thing of potato salad taking up in your cooler, because that is, I bring that up because I've had so many times camping and I never had enough cooler space. So having like a ton of space taken up for just one food item that's kind of really a side too would be kind of lame, but still, that's pretty good. I'd like that. A tier. Okay, Rice Krispie treats. Again, you wouldn't make this at a campsite, but like even just the prepackaged ones, if you just bring it with you, that's pretty good. I like that. Oh, we're getting through them. Excuse me. Sandwiches, just a good old sandwich. This one's a BLT, which would be pretty good too. I think it's pretty good. You know what? I would go S tier, because that one, like, it's a little bit of prep, but if you're also doing things like burritos or tacos, like, you're gonna already have tomatoes and lettuce, and that's even optional. You don't even need to have that for a good sandwich, in my opinion. So all you really need is cheese, bread, and a lunch meat. Throw some mustard on there. You don't even need mayo, just the mustard. Great. Fantastic. That looks like a fantastic one too. And you know, if you wanted to do BLTs, that's not even that bad either. Because you would do, or this is my scenario, my experience in camping, you would do like scrambled eggs and bacon and the terrible toast made on the fire that's maybe you only have one slice of, and then you would already have the bacon. So like BLTs, not a bad idea, pretty good. Okay. Oh, excuse me. This is scrambled eggs. Scrambled eggs, again, like I was saying, is pretty good. That's a pretty good camping food. This one's kind of complicated. It is more of like an actual scramble. You can see it has like sausage and peppers in it. Yeah, I would go S tier. And you know what? I'm gonna bring burritos up to S tier as well. I think I take back what I say. They're not too messy. They are messy, but they're pretty good. I think scrambled eggs too, fantastic. These are all things you could do at a campsite. Not take up too much room, not be too messy, and be fantastic foods. Okay. Kebabs or skewers. I think this isn't a terrible idea. The only concern I would have about like doing these over a campfire would be it not everything getting cooked all the way through. Which for vegetables like these ones in the picture, that would be fine because I don't mind just like kind of crunchy vegetables in it. I'm thinking A tier for those. If you're doing, I'd be a little bit more apprehensive if you were doing like chicken ones, because that you have to be careful with chicken. Don't want to undercook it. But like some nice smoky skewers, that's pretty good. Okay, time for the big take. I absolutely hate s'mores. S'mores is just, I have a bad history with s'mores. I do not like these things. Okay, they suck. I don't like them as a dessert, and they're just kind of mediocre as a dessert, and they're not. I don't actually believe that anybody really likes s'mores. They like the idea of s'mores. I've had plenty of conversations with people being like nostalgic and like, oh, I would love to have s'mores. And here's the thing, I've been on a few trips where we're like, oh, let's make some s'mores. Hey, Maple, can you make us a fire? Oh yeah, no problem, sure. I make a fire, it's great, love the fire, and like, all right, who wants s'mores? Nobody. Everybody is like, yeah, I'm good. And so they brought all of the stuff, and they're like, hey, Maple, you can have it. It's like, for real? I didn't even want any in the first place. Why did I make this fire for s'mores if nobody wanted to have s'mores? And I've had so many times where that's happened, and nobody's wanted them. And here's my problem with s'mores. They're too messy. They don't stay together, okay? They're like, the best part of s'mores is toasting the marshmallows. And once you get that, if you get a good marshmallow toasted, you put it on the chocolate. And here's the thing, the lie about s'mores, the chocolate never melts. The marshmallow isn't going to be hot enough to melt the chocolate. So what you get is this sandwich where all of the marshmallow pours out onto your hands, which is still, it's not hot enough to melt the chocolate. Like, you're not gonna wait for it to melt the chocolate, but it's still hot enough to be very painful on your hands. It's all gonna get on your hands, and then as soon as you take a bite of it, the graham cracker is gonna break and all shatter into millions of little pieces. Now you're just holding bits of graham cracker, like crumbs of graham cracker, hot marshmallow, and chocolate. And so it just gets on your hands. It's all this white sticky stuff all over your hands. And if you're not in a place where you can like wash your hands very well, no amount of napkins is gonna fix sticky sticky marshmallow white stuff hands. None. Like, you're gonna use all of the napkins and it's still gonna be sticky. And now you have to go to bed with sticky hands because you're not making, again, it's like a dessert. So you're gonna make this after dinner, right before you go to bed. And oh yeah, nice going to sleep with marshmallow hands. It's a pain. And you wouldn't make these like outside of camping either. All the times I've had like s'mores outside of camping, it's been the same experience of like, well, now my hands are covered in sticky white residue and I can't, like, I have to go awkwardly, like, go inside, open the door with like my wrists, I'm making the gestures but you can't see it, with my wrists to like awkwardly turn on the water, get soap, and it's a pain. S'mores, not good. No. I don't believe anybody who actually likes s'mores. D tier. F tier. If it had it, F tier. Like, yeah, nobody likes s'mores. Okay, soup. Soup? Like, canned soup? Not bad. I would do this. If it was like, yeah, if I had like a can of soup with me camping, I would totally do that. I wouldn't make the soup, but it's also something you could make at home if you wanted homemade soup. Make it home, put it in a little container, take it with you, heat it up. That's not too many dishes, not too hard to make either. It's pretty good. I like that. A tier for sure. Okay, I think this is steak. I'm pretty sure this is steak. I am not always a huge fan of steak. I've never been too successful in making steak, so I'm not sure how I would do over like a campfire. I know you need it like really hot. In fact, I don't know what I'm saying. I know nothing about making steak. But, you know, I would say I would keep it at B. I know that's a safe answer, but I could see, since it's not too many ingredients, and like if you had like an open fire, that would add to the taste. I mean, with this one too, I know it's hard to see, but they have like bits of garlic and some rosemary, it looks like. That'd be pretty good. I'm good with that. I think that would be a nice camping dinner. The only thing I could think is that it could be hard if you didn't do it right. It could be really hard to eat. So if you had like flimsy paper plates, like I could see that being really annoying to eat. And actually that would be pretty impossible to eat. Okay, I'm gonna change my mind and put it to C, just on that thought, thinking about it, because I don't bring real plates camping. I don't know many people who do. So eating a steak on a paper plate, and like if you're in a camping chair, like you're eating this on your lap too. Yeah. Not a terrible idea, but hard to eat, and yeah. Okay, tea. Tea. I love tea. I'm drinking some right now. S tier. Amazing. Like same level as hot cocoa, the prepackaged kind, and super easy. It doesn't take up much room. All you need is boiling water. That's pretty good. I would do that, and I've done that. I've done tea. I don't actually know too many people who have tea when they're camping. It's usually a hot cocoa time, but it's not bad. It's good. Okay, almost there. Roasted marshmallows. This one, well, In my opinion, marshmallows are pretty bland. Just by themselves, marshmallows are just kind of eh. Like, they're not bad, but it's very messy. And it's kind of the same problem as the s'mores. Not to get back to that, it's like you're gonna get marshmallow all over your face. There's no way around it. You got white stuff all over your face. It's gonna be real sticky, and nothing's gonna help that. Like, you're gonna keep that on you until you go home and take a shower. That's how eating roasted marshmallows are. But it's super fun to make them. And you can eat them like right off the stick. So that's already like much better than the s'mores. So you don't even have to touch it with your fingers. Oops. So I would go C tier. I would go above. They're better than actual s'mores, but still, like, I don't think I would actually eat that while I was camping or in general. Like, I would make it. I would just like burn a marshmallow on the fire. That would be fun. It's a nice pastime. Okay, trail mix. Just as a snack, I think it's good. I think it's all right. I'm not I don't have trail mix all that often. But you know, I would when I would be camping. I think that's pretty good. I think the A tier is good for that. Yeah, I like that. Okay, last one, watermelon. Watermelons is good. They take up a bit of room. However, they're like pretty easy to handle. It is messy. Like, your hands are gonna be sticky as well. But it's much easier to clean than marshmallow, at least. And I do like a good watermelon. I think I'd go B. Not one I would go out of my way to have when I was camping, but I would do it. I don't mind that idea. Okay, that was all of them. Let's see. I want to go through and see if I would change anything. I like them where they're at, for the most part. You know what? I would put this down one. The Frito-Lay's chili thing. Still don't know what that's called. Just because I think that's too many ingredients to have, like, prepping at a campsite. And I wouldn't bring all the ingredients pre-made just because that's too much to do, or it would take up too much space. So I'd keep that at C. It's not terrible. I would have it. I would eat it. These are all things I would not eat or have. I think these are bad ideas, but I would eat or have. These I could see happening, but still not a great idea. And what? I'm gonna bring pancakes up one. And watermelon. Because I think if you're doing a pancake mix, that's a good idea. I wouldn't actually, yeah, I would totally make a pancake mix at home. Put it in like one of those like squeeze bottles, and then just like, you know how they would do like the pancake art? I would do that just with the pancake mix that I bought or made. And that would be a pretty good breakfast. And I don't think that would take up too much space in a cooler. And the watermelon, yeah, you don't need to refrigerate that, and they last a long time. You just throw it in the back of your car. Be great. What else? Yeah, all those can stay there. Yeah, that can stay there. That can stay there. I'm thinking I would do that. Okay. I like that. I like that list. Yeah. I think that's pretty good. That's where I would land. I hope everybody likes that. I'm trying to think if I missed any other food that I didn't get to put on here. I think the only one I can think of is like boxed Kraft mac and cheese. Excuse me. That would be, I think that would be like an A or an S tier. Kraft mac and cheese. Because that would work pretty good. Like it's a bit, well no, it would just take up one pot. Because you boil the water, throw the macaroni in. That would be a good camping food, I think. Yeah, so I would put that in S tier. Sure. Let's see. What else would there be? I'm trying to think. Like, I didn't want to make the list too big, but yeah, I think that's good. I like it. I like where that's at. Okay, schedule. Let me go back here. Oh wait, we need Chip. Where did Chip go? Hold on. Whoops. There we go. Yeah, Chip. You can hang out. Hang out on the sofa back there. There we go. What's happening this week? I think this week is going to be Odd the Mods 8 on Friday at 1:30 in the afternoon. Yeah, we'll be making our melon power thing. Yeah, we'll be making melon power. I'll try to finish the cabin too. It'll be a bit of a longer stream, I think. I am just pulling up my schedule. What else is happening? Where am I? Who am I? Okay, so yeah, that's it. And then next week, I'll release this later, but we'll do some Stardew Valley. I'll be doing a drawing stream and some more All the Mods because I just can't. I can't get enough of Minecraft. Chip can't either. Don't you, Chip? He agrees. Okay. Well, thank you so much for watching me take my hot takes on s'mores and my thoughts on camping foods. I hope you guys enjoyed. Follow me on Twitter. I post updates and schedules and random memes. I also follow me on TikTok. I'll post clips, edited clips there. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I'm gonna go eat some food. That made me really hungry. And yeah, have a great evening. See you guys later. Bye bye. Chip says goodbye. Bye bye.